T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, may finally be facing consequences he's managed to dodge for years. Arrests, lawsuits, and non-stop legal battles have followed him practically everywhere he goes. Now, with talk of a serious sentence floating around, fans are starting to ask the big question: is this the end of the road? At the 2026 Grammy Awards, T.I. revealed that Kill the King will be his final album, but with legal pressure building and new conflicts heating up, people can't help but wonder, is this really the final goodbye? Let's rewind to the beginning. Clifford Joseph Harris Jr., born the 25th of September 1980, better known as T.I. or Tip, is an American rapper and actor raised in Atlanta, Georgia. He's widely credited as one of the pioneers of the hip-hop subgenre trap music, alongside fellow Georgia rappers Jeezy and Gucci Mane. Long before the prison sentences, federal investigations, and controversies that now shadow his name, T.I. was just a kid from Bankhead, Atlanta, chasing a vision. In the late 1990s, he connected with music executive Kawan K.P. Prather and joined his company Ghetto Vision Entertainment, which operated under Arista and LaFace Records. By 1999, his debut album, I'm Serious, dropped in 2001, but received a lukewarm response both critically and commercially, leading to a split with the label. Soon after, he signed with Atlantic Records and finally found mainstream momentum. In 2003, he also launched his own imprint, Grand Hustle Records. But for T.I., success always seemed to come with a shadow. Back in 1998, he was arrested in Georgia and convicted for distribution of cocaine, manufacturing and distributing a controlled substance, and giving authorities a false name. At just 18 years old, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison, but served only 1. That felony conviction would follow him like a dark cloud for the next 2 decades. After getting out, he poured his energy into music. T.I. started gaining recognition after appearing on fellow Atlanta rapper Bone Crusher's 2003 hit Never Scared, which became his first entry on the Billboard Hot 100. His second album, Trap Music 2003, reached number 4 on the Billboard 200 and produced top 40 hits like Rubber Band Man and Let's Get Away. Then, in 2004, just as his career was heating up thanks to Rubber Band Man, he was arrested for a parole violation. It could have been a wake-up call, but it wasn't. Earlier incidents included a 2002 case where he was caught carrying a 10mm pistol, and another bust in 2004 where authorities discovered a silencer-equipped weapon and large amounts of ammunition. Yet somehow, T.I.'s music career kept climbing. His next 3 studio albums all debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. His 4th and 5th albums, King 2006 and T.I. vs. T.I.P. 2007, were powered by major hits like What You Know and Big Shit Poppin', Do It. By then, he was dominating the industry. T.I. landed on Forbes' list of top-earning rappers, starred in the movie ATL, and even appeared in Chevy commercials alongside NASCAR driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. Forbes estimated he pulled in around $16 million in 2006 alone. Then came October 2007, the arrest that changed everything. Authorities took T.I. into custody around 2:30 p.m. ET in Atlanta, where the BET Hip Hop Awards were being filmed. Ironically, he was the show's top nominee, up for 9 awards, including Album of the Year and Lyricist of the Year, but he never made it to the stage. Just hours before he was supposed to perform, T.I. was arrested for attempting to illegally purchase firearms. This wasn't a simple possession charge. Investigators said Harris gave his bodyguard $12,000 to buy the weapons because, as a convicted felon, he legally couldn't own them himself. Court documents confirmed his 1,998 felony conviction, and a federal affidavit noted his prior gun arrests. The feds had already been watching him. Authorities said the bodyguard withdrew the cash from a bank to purchase the guns, and after the arrest, he made several recorded phone calls to Harris. T.I. was supposed to collect the weapons after meeting him in a Midtown Atlanta shopping center parking lot. That's where officers arrested him without incident. What they found only made things worse. Police discovered 3 more firearms inside the car. T.I. drove to the meeting, including a loaded weapon tucked between the driver's seat and the center console. At his home, authorities reportedly found 6 additional guns, 5 of them loaded inside his bedroom closet. The charges were serious. T.I. faced up to 30 years in prison on federal gun charges in 2007. Ultimately, he paid a $100,000 fine and received a sentence of 1 year and 1 day, along with 1,000 hours of community service completed during house arrest. That lighter sentence came through a plea deal, and that's where 50 Cent entered the picture. When the plea agreements became public, 50 Cent openly labeled T.I. a snitch, accusing him of cooperating with authorities. That claim, whether true or not, planted the seed for a feud that would simmer for years before exploding again. In 2026, T.I. served his time on the federal weapons charge, completed his community service, and even leaned into redemption publicly. He starred in the MTV reality show T.I.'s Road to Redemption, 45 Days to Go, which followed him as he tried to reduce his sentence by completing his service hours while speaking to schools and community groups about avoiding the same mistakes he made. But the legal drama didn't stop. In September 2010, T.I. was arrested again, this time in Los Angeles, after police said he was found with 4 ecstasy pills while still on probation from the gun case. The Grammy-winning rapper later appeared in court, acknowledging the violation. I screwed up big time, and I'm sorry," Harris told U.S. District Judge Charles Panel. "I'm truly and sincerely sorry. I don't want and I don't need to use drugs anymore. I want them out of my life." Despite the apology, the judge sentenced him to 11 months in prison. The decision sparked another public reaction from 50 Cent, who questioned why T.I.'s wife Tiny didn't take the blame to protect him. "I wasn't having it." In a Vibe cover story, he fired back, "I'ma tell you, 50 Cent and anybody else, we not going to have no discussion about what my old lady should have, would have, could have done for anything as it pertains to me." He added, "I'm the only one in my family that's going to take a lick when it comes to the legal system. Since me, none of my other family members have seen a jail cell. Nobody. I'm the last one." The buck stops here. Not long after, the 2 rappers actually hashed things out privately. In December of that year, 50 Cent told Vibe they had a heated conversation and ultimately settled their differences. But T.I.'s legal spiral still wasn't over. In August 2024, the lawsuit took a sudden turn. A judge dismissed the sexual assault case filed against T.I. and his wife Tiny Harris after the Jane Doe accuser failed to respond in time to the couple's motion to dismiss. However, the judge left a small window open, allowing the woman 21 days to file an amended complaint if she chose to continue the case. Meanwhile, the Sabrina Peterson defamation case began unraveling, but not the way many expected. The lawsuit dragged on for years and quickly got tangled in procedural issues. Peterson switched lawyers several times, missed key court appearances, and according to the defense, made little effort to move the case forward or pursue discovery. By March 2025, after years of inactivity, Judge Schultz dismissed the suit, noting that Peterson also hadn't paid any portion of the $96,000 in attorney's fees previously awarded to the Harrises, she attempted to reopen the case. But that effort failed as well. The ongoing legal clash took another twist when a Los Angeles judge refused to reinstate Peterson's original 2021 lawsuit against the married musicians. In court filings, Peterson argued the dismissal was unfair, claiming ineffective legal representation caused missed deadlines and poor advocacy. Lawyers for T.I. and Tiny pushed back, saying Peterson had cycled through 3 different law firms, skipped critical hearings, and conducted 0 discovery over 4 years. Still, the legal fight isn't completely finished. Despite the setback, Peterson's dispute with the Harrises continues in another form. On the same day her state lawsuit was dismissed, she was served with a separate federal defamation complaint filed by T.I. in Los Angeles. In that ongoing federal case, T.I. claims Peterson defamed him through a series of Instagram posts from September 2024, where she allegedly suggested he was under federal investigation for sex trafficking alongside another celebrity. He argues the claims were knowingly false and designed to damage his career. The trial for that federal case is scheduled for June 2026. That means as you're watching this video, T.I. is heading back to court, this time as the plaintiff rather than the defendant. Even so, the cloud of those trafficking accusations, drugging allegations, and the possibility of further legal action still hangs over everything. The question of whether any unresolved matter could lead to another arrest continues to follow T.I. wherever he goes, and against that backdrop, arrests, prison sentences, allegations, and lawsuits. T.I. stepped into 2026 with a completely different battle. A renewed war with 50 Cent. The tension between them actually dates back to 2007, when 50 called T.I. a snitch after his plea deal. The feud cooled down for years after they eventually squashed it, but during the pandemic, things started bubbling again. T.I. began pushing for a versus battle. On 50 Cent's 45th birthday, Tip hopped on Instagram to wish him well and slipped in a challenge. At the time, versus battles were exploding online during the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, and T.I. used the moment to throw down the gauntlet. In an Instagram video, he said, "Pull your ass up with 20 of your records, man. Sit across from me and get this work." In 2021, 50 Cent dismissed the idea, saying versus was mostly a pandemic-era concept and didn't make sense for him. But T.I. didn't let the idea go. Then, in early 2026, everything finally exploded. The tension traces back to comments T.I. made on $1 million worth of game, where he claimed both sides had already agreed to a versus matchup and that he was supposed to announce it publicly. According to Tip, once the idea surfaced, 50 suddenly acted like he had no idea what he was talking about. From there, things escalated quickly. Diss tracks dropped, social media shots were fired, old beef resurfaced, and the situation spilled beyond music, dragging family members and personal history into the drama. What started as speculation turned into one of the first major rap feuds of the year. Things intensified when 50 Cent targeted T.I.'s family. The feud reignited in February after Tip confidently said he could beat 50 inches of versus battle. 50 wasn't interested and fired back on Instagram, calling T.I. King Rat. T.I. responded immediately, "You playing on my name when only one of us a rat in real life?" He wrote, "You know I got your paperwork. Your excuses are useless. Get in the box or stay quiet and stop acting tough. You soft, son. You've lost my respect." Then 50 took things even further, posting unflattering AI-generated images of Tiny Harris and T.I.'s son, King. Needless to say, the family didn't appreciate it. T.I. clapped back with music. On February 22, he dropped a hard-hitting track titled War. The song appears to be a preview of a longer version that may appear on his final album, Kill the King, expected later in 2026, and he didn't stop there. Across several tracks, The Right One, War, Lessons, and What Bully, T.I. delivered sharp lyrical jabs aimed straight at the 50-year-old mogul. 4 diss songs within days. In one post, Tip even mocked 50 by calling him the toy dealer. Things escalated further when T.I.'s son King Harris jumped into the feud. After 50 shared another unflattering image of Tiny, King responded by mocking 50's late mother. Soon, both of T.I.'s sons, King and Domani Harris, were involved, even releasing diss tracks aimed at the G-Unit boss. Later, T.I. admitted he wasn't completely comfortable with his kids joining the fight. At one point, he revealed he stepped in after seeing a controversial moment. "I said that's enough when I seen that damn t-shirt," he explained. "Man, chill out. I'm big on treating people the way I want to be treated." He was referring to a shirt featuring 50 Cent's late mother, which King wore in a diss track video. Meanwhile, rumors began circulating that 50 Cent might be producing a documentary about T.I. and Tiny. Commentator Tasha K suggested that after the feud intensified, the Candy Shop rapper could lean into his TV producing skills. Considering his previous success producing documentaries, including one about Diddy, many believe it wouldn't be surprising if 50 turned the spotlight onto the Harrises. According to the speculation, the documentary could dive into the controversial allegations and lawsuits surrounding the couple. If that project ever materializes, it could drag every accusation, lawsuit, and unresolved controversy in T.I.'s life back into the spotlight, including the possibility of renewed legal attention if additional evidence or witnesses appear. The possibility of more legal trouble has lingered over T.I. since 2021, and a documentary led by someone like 50 Cent could easily reignite that conversation. When speaking about the feud publicly, T.I. brushed it off while talking to TMZ. "Man, that was so last week," he said. "Honestly, I wasn't here to defeat, I was here to defend." During an appearance on the Ebro and Laura Rosenberg show, he offered a broader perspective. "I'm big on treating people the way I want to be treated," he said. "And I'm also big on treating mothers the way they decide they're going to treat me." He added that the quiet response from 50 lately raises a question. What if that silence had been there from the beginning? Other rappers soon joined the drama. Benzino, for example, didn't find 50 Cent's jokes funny at all. On March 2, fresh out of the hospital, Benzino appeared in an interview wearing a t-shirt featuring a young 50 Cent and his mother. "You can get this in all colors," he joked, while urging his rival to stop complaining and get back in the booth. Clearly, the beef isn't slowing down, and for T.I., it's unfolding while he still faces ongoing legal matters, including the federal defamation trial scheduled for June 2026, and lingering questions about whether past allegations could lead to further legal consequences. So when you look at the entire timeline, the 1,998 drug conviction, the 2007 federal gun arrest, the year-and-a-day prison sentence, the 2010 probation violation, the 1-month sentence, the 2018 arrest outside his own home, the 2024 mistaken identity arrest, the lawsuits, the defamation battles, and now the 50 Cent feud. T.I. says he's ready to close this chapter. Kill the King will be the 12th and final studio album from the Atlanta rapper. The project is scheduled for release through Grand Hustle Records via Epic Records, and according to Tip, this retirement plan has been in motion for years. Back in February 2017, During an interview on The Breakfast Club, he revealed he intended to retire after releasing 3 more solo albums. "I'm ready to get the hell out of here," he admitted. "I got this next album and 2 more conceptualized. Once I get them out, I'm done." The title itself carries deeper meaning. Kill the King isn't about violence, it's about killing the ego. He explained that long before he became a nationwide star, he decided to claim the title King of the South. But over time, he realized many of his conflicts came from how people reacted to that crown. As he put it, growth and peace of mind matter more now than proving dominance. At the 2026 Grammy Awards, he made the decision official while discussing new music. T.I. referenced his song, Let Him Know, produced by Pharrell, calling it the first single from his final album. "I'm going to be done," he told Entertainment Tonight. "I've said it before, it's time." He added that he wants to focus on family, other creative projects, and spending more time with his children and grandchildren. The single Let Him Know, released in January 2026, marked a milestone by becoming T.I.'s first solo Billboard Hot 100 entry in over a decade. He's also confirmed several collaborations for the project, including Lil Wayne and Young Dro. T.I. has positioned Kill the King as a carefully planned finale rather than a sudden exit. The project is meant to serve as closure, signaling that this chapter has been winding down for a long time. After stepping away from music, he says he plans to explore comedy, family life, and other ventures. But here's the catch. T.I. might be retiring from rap, but he's not retiring from courtrooms. The federal defamation trial involving Sabrina Peterson is scheduled to begin the 9th of June 2026. Both sides have filed claims accusing the other of damaging reputations. Peterson has even alleged the couple involved their son, King Harris, in situations connected to another alleged victim. Whether any of these accusations ever lead to criminal charges remains uncertain, but the claims are part of the public record, and the upcoming federal trial could once again bring everything back into the spotlight. New evidence, fresh testimony, or entirely new leads could still surface. Los Angeles County prosecutors previously confirmed they declined to file charges against T.I. and Tiny over an alleged 2005 incident that had been reported to police. According to prosecutors, the incident fell outside California's 10-year statute of limitations, which means criminal charges from that specific allegation are no longer possible. But that doesn't mean the legal drama is finished. The public accusations, the ongoing federal court battle, and the growing rumors about a possible 50 Cent documentary all suggest T.I.'s legal story is far from over. Then there's the situation with 50 Cent. What makes this feud especially interesting now is that it has evolved into a full intergenerational clash. T.I. sons, King Harris and Domani Harris, have both released diss tracks, while Benzino has stirred the pot by wearing t-shirts featuring 50's mother, with talk of a documentary floating around. It's clear this beef isn't fading anytime soon for T.I., a man whose legal history dates all the way back to 1998. Every escalation carries real consequences. Any heated confrontation, public incident, or misstep could potentially trigger another legal situation. With a record like his, even a small mistake could spiral into something much bigger. That's the reality he's facing. Every public clash carries risk. So the big question remains, is this really the end? T.I. is now 45 years old. Over the years, he's been arrested more times than most people can count. He has served prison sentences more than once. He's faced federal gun charges, drug charges, assault accusations, probation violations, and other legal challenges. He's lost opportunities in Hollywood, including a role in a Marvel film. He's dealt with multiple lawsuits. He's heading toward another federal trial in June. At the same time, he's locked in a very public feud with one of hip-hop's most relentless figures. And in the middle of all of it, he's preparing to release what he says will be his final album. T.I. himself once explained the meaning behind that title. Since the beginning of his career, he's carried the label King of the South, but claiming that crown also makes you a target. In his own words, if you declare yourself the king, people will always try to take you down. In chess, the goal is simple: take down the king. That's exactly why he named his final project Kill the King. So what happens next? Will T.I. manage to step away from the spotlight and ride off into a quieter chapter of life? Or will the controversies, legal battles, and rivalries keep pulling him back into the fire? That question, whether he escapes the chaos or gets pulled deeper into it, has defined T.I.'s entire story. The courts have sentenced him multiple times. Allegations have followed him for years. His feud with 50 Cent has reached a level involving family members, deceased relatives, and even talk of documentaries. A federal trial is only months away, and through it all, T.I. says he's trying to walk away from rap, from the persona, from the crown itself. Whether the law, the lawsuits, and his enemies allow him to do that peacefully remains to be seen.